What if I told you that in just 40 years, a nation transformed from having barely any skyscrapers to building more high-rises than the rest of the world combined? What if I said this same country went from having 0 high-speed trains to operating 70% of the world's high-speed rail network? Welcome to modern China, the world's fastest-changing nation, where the impossible becomes reality in record time. Today, we're diving deep into the most remarkable transformation in human history. We'll uncover surprising facts about China's megacities, explore technological innovations that are reshaping our world, and discover how 1.4 billion people navigate life in the planet's most dynamic society. By the end of this journey, you'll understand why China's rise isn't just changing Asia. It's rewriting the rules of global civilization. Let's start with something mind-blowing. In 1980, China's tallest building was just 110 meters high. Today, they have over 2,800 skyscrapers taller than 150 meters. To put that in perspective, that's more than the United States, Japan, and South Korea combined. But here's what's truly incredible. Most of these weren't built gradually, over decades. They appeared in just the last 20 years. Take Shenzhen, a city that didn't even exist as we know it today. In 1979, it was a fishing village with 30,000 people. Today, it's home to 12.6 million residents and serves as China's Silicon Valley. This isn't just urban growth, it's urban teleportation. Shenzhen now hosts the headquarters of tech giants like Tencent, the company behind WeChat, which has over 1.3 billion users worldwide. That's nearly 1 in every 6 people on Earth. But Shenzhen isn't alone in this urban revolution. Shanghai's skyline features over 500 skyscrapers, including the Shanghai Tower, the world's second tallest building at 632 meters. Here's a fact that will blow your mind. If you stood all of Shanghai's skyscrapers end to end, they would stretch for over 100 kilometers. That's like building a wall of skyscrapers from London to Canterbury. Beijing, China's capital, houses 21 million people, nearly 3 times the population of London. Yet, despite its massive size, Beijing's subway system moves 10 million passengers daily, with punctuality rates exceeding 99%. The entire network spans 783 kilometers, making it longer than the distance between Berlin and Munich. Then there's Chengdu, a city most Westerners have never heard of, yet it's home to 16 million people. Chengdu isn't just big, it's smart. The city uses AI-powered traffic systems that reduce congestion by 25%, and has implemented a social credit system for public transport that allows residents to ride buses and trains based on their reputation scores. Now, let's talk about infrastructure, where China truly defies physics and logic. The country's high-speed rail network spans 45,000 kilometers. If you laid all these tracks end to end, they would circle the Earth's equator and still have tracks left over. Chinese bullet trains regularly hit speeds of 350 kilometers per hour, making the 318-kilometer journey from Beijing to Shanghai in just 4.5 hours. But here's what's really fascinating. China builds this infrastructure at speeds that seem impossible. The Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway, one of the world's longest, was completed in just 3 years. For comparison, California's high-speed rail project, covering a similar distance, has been under construction since 2015 and isn't expected to be operational until 2030. China's infrastructure ambitions don't stop at trains. The Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, the world's longest sea-crossing bridge, stretches 55 kilometers across the Pearl River Delta. This engineering marvel includes a 6.7-kilometer underwater tunnel that allows ships to pass overhead. The entire project cost $20 billion and connects 3 major cities, reducing travel time from 3 hours to just 30 minutes. Technology in China isn't just advancing, it's leapfrogging entire generations. While many countries are still transitioning to cashless payments, China jumped straight to mobile payments. Alipay and WeChat Pay process over $50 trillion in transactions annually. That's more than the GDP of the United States and Japan combined. In major Chinese cities, it's actually difficult to pay with cash because vendors simply don't expect it. Chinese technology companies are reshaping global markets in ways most people don't realize. TikTok, known as Douyin in China, has over 1 billion active users worldwide, making it one of the most influential platforms in human history. But TikTok is just the beginning. ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, is valued at over $220 billion, making it one of the world's most valuable startups. Electric vehicles represent another arena where China dominates. BYD, a Chinese company, is now the world's largest EV manufacturer, surpassing Tesla in global sales. China produces over 50% of the world's electric vehicles and controls 80% of the global battery supply chain. They're not just participating in the green revolution, they're leading it. Here's something that might surprise you. China has become the world's largest installer of renewable energy. In 2023 alone, China added more solar capacity than the rest of the world combined. They're building solar farms so large they're visible from space. The Tengger Desert Solar Park covers 1,200 square kilometers. That's larger than the entire city of Los Angeles. The country's approach to artificial intelligence is equally ambitious. China has declared its intention to become the world's AI superpower by 2030, and they're making remarkable progress. Chinese AI companies like Baidu and Alibaba are developing autonomous vehicles, smart cities, and facial recognition systems that can identify individuals among crowds of millions. Speaking of facial recognition, this brings us to daily life in modern China, which operates in ways that would seem like science fiction to many outsiders. Chinese cities use AI-powered systems to manage everything from traffic lights to public transportation. In Hangzhou, an AI system called City Brain manages traffic for the entire city of 10 million people, reducing traffic jams by 15% and emergency response times by half. Chinese students consistently rank among the world's highest performers in mathematics, science, and reading. The country's education system is intensely competitive. The Gaokao, China's college entrance exam, is taken by over 10 million students annually, with only the top performers gaining entry to elite universities. This competitive culture has created a workforce that's highly skilled and incredibly hard-working. Work culture in China is famously intense. The 996 culture, working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week, is common in tech companies. While controversial, this work ethic has contributed to China's rapid development. Chinese workers put in an average of 2,074 hours annually, compared to 1,767 hours for American workers. But modern China isn't just about work and technology. It's about balancing tradition with innovation. Chinese cities seamlessly blend ancient temples with futuristic skyscrapers. In Shanghai, you can visit a 400-year-old garden, then take a maglev train traveling at 430 kilometers per hour to the airport. This contrast isn't accidental. It reflects China's approach to modernization while preserving cultural identity. Chinese social media operates in its own ecosystem. WeChat isn't just a messaging app. It's a digital Swiss Army knife. Users can chat, pay bills, book taxis, order food, make investments, and even apply for government services, all within a single app. WeChat has over 1.3 billion monthly active users, and the average user spends over 4 hours daily on the platform. The environmental story of modern China is complex and fascinating. While the country faces significant pollution challenges, particularly in industrial regions, it's also making unprecedented investments in clean technology. China has planted more trees than any other nation, with reforestation projects covering areas larger than entire countries. The Saihanba Forest, created from barren desert, now spans 750 square kilometers and stores over 8 million tons of carbon dioxide. Innovation in China often takes unexpected forms. The country leads the world in mobile payment innovations, drone technology, and high-speed rail development. Chinese companies are pioneering new approaches to urban farming, waste management, and renewable energy storage. They're not just copying Western innovations, they're creating entirely new solutions. China's Belt and Road Initiative represents the largest infrastructure project in human history, spanning over 65 countries and involving investments exceeding $1 trillion. This modern Silk Road is creating new trade routes, building ports in Pakistan, railways across Africa, and digital infrastructure in Southeast Asia. It's not just about trade, it's about reshaping global connectivity. The country's influence on global culture is growing rapidly. Chinese movies are breaking box office records worldwide. Chinese fashion brands are gaining international recognition, and Chinese cuisine has evolved far beyond traditional restaurants. Cities like Shanghai and Beijing have become global fashion capitals, hosting international brands while nurturing homegrown designers. Here's a fact that illustrates China's global reach. Chinese tourists take over 150 million international trips annually, spending more than $260 billion globally. That's more than tourists from any other country. Chinese preferences are reshaping tourism industries worldwide, from luxury shopping in Paris to theme parks in Orlando. Manufacturing remains central to China's economy, but it's evolved dramatically. The country produces everything from smartphones to space rockets, often in the same industrial regions. Shenzhen alone manufactures 70% of the world's smartphones. When you hold your phone, there's a very high chance it was assembled in China, using components made in Chinese factories. The future of China looks even more remarkable. The country plans to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060, requiring a complete transformation of its energy system. They're building the world's largest national park system, investing in space exploration, and developing next-generation technologies like quantum computing and 6G networks. China's story is ultimately about human potential. When 1.4 billion people focus their energy on development, the results are spectacular. From fishing villages to global metropolises, from agricultural society to technological powerhouse, from isolation to global influence, China's transformation shows what is possible when a nation commits to change. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of China's rise is not the statistics or the skyscrapers. It's the speed. Most nations require centuries to undergo such transformations. China has compressed centuries of development into decades, creating a unique society where ancient wisdom meets cutting-edge innovation. As we've seen today, modern China isn't just changing itself, it's changing the world. From the apps on our phones to the products in our homes, from global trade routes to environmental technologies, China's influence touches every aspect of modern life. The next time you use a smartphone, take a high-speed train, or make a digital payment, remember, you're experiencing innovations that were largely shaped by the world's fastest-changing nation. China's story is still being written, and its next chapters promise to be even more extraordinary than what we've witnessed so far. So, what do you think comes next in China's remarkable journey? The answer might surprise you more than anything we've discovered today. China's transformation from an agricultural society to a global superpower in just 4 decades represents one of the most extraordinary achievements in human history. We've witnessed a nation that builds cities faster than others, builds neighborhoods, creates technology that reshapes global communication, and implements infrastructure projects that seemed impossible just years ago. What makes this story even more fascinating is that it's far from over. As China continues to innovate, expand, and influence our interconnected world, one thing is certain. The next chapter of this remarkable journey will be just as surprising as everything we've seen so far. If you found these facts about modern China as mind-blowing as